Hey YouTube, doing a video on voles and how to determine if you have them in your yard. Voles are almost like a field mice kind of looking creature. They tend to eat roots, bark, seeds, pretty much anything they can find, as they're mostly scavengers. But the big way to tell if you do have these guys is to look in either like a pathway of a mole, underneath bird feeders, or any kind of heavy vegetation. Especially around like the borders of your house or anything like that. They will usually burrow underneath it. You'll see small little runner tunnels underneath like piles of leaves and everything like that. But what I'm going to show you right now is a series of holes underneath the bird feeders that I have. And these are broom size holes, like a broomstick, as you can see. So if you have these in your yard, you most likely have a vole problem. And the tricky thing about these guys is they tend to use the mole runs that you see in your backyard or anything like that. So usually when you have moles, you have voles. But what gives away that you have voles is the actual holes in the ground. So one way to trap these guys is you can take a bucket and put it over a series of holes like the three right there. You put like a mouse trap like right here, here, and here, and a couple kind of in the middle. And what you do is you bait them with peanut butter. You want to use gloves to handle the traps because your human scent basically will give it away that they are traps. And these guys, I'll tell you what, are very smart, very intelligent. Live trapping unfortunately doesn't work, and if it does work, it only works 1 or 2 times, and then they outsmart the trap and know what's going on. So with these, you want to use something strong smelling. I usually use peanut butter mixed with like shredded apples. That usually gets their nose tickling for it. And what happens is once they come up, you put the bucket over it to basically make it seem like nighttime and protect any other wildlife from the traps. And that way you can single them out basically. After they smell the peanut butter, they come out, the trap hits them. But like I said, it only works 1 or 2 times. And you have to constantly be moving the traps around because what happens is they realize that the traps are there, and they will kind of cover up the hole. They'll dig it up and push up the dirt so that way it's covered up again, and then they'll basically make new holes somewhere else. So you do want to pretty much, I recycle out the traps. So say I use 4 of them, you can get them for like $1.99 usually. You can cycle them out and use 4 different ones. I tend to take the other ones, dump them in like a bleach solution. That way it kills any kind of scent or anything like that. But like I said, you can use the snap traps. You can use the Victor traps. They're kind of almost look like a Pac-Man, and they're a little bit easier to use, but they tend to rust out being used outside, and they only useful like 2 or 3 times. So they tend to kind of lose their ability to trap the voles, and they don't trigger when they're eating the peanut butter. So if you have any questions, comments, I'll be going over more traps and more signs that you have voles in the next couple of videos. But if you do have problems with voles, post it in the comments below and what you did to get rid of them. I know a lot of people are against trapping them, but I have tried the live traps, and with them killing the vegetation and stuff around my house, it really becomes a nuisance, and a nuisance to all my plants. You can also check out my website. I'll be posting a website down below. You can subscribe to my channel. My website has tons of information about voles, moles, shrews, different traps that work on them, and traps for sale for real decent prices. So if you have any questions, comments, leave them in the post. Thanks.